Greetings. Today I want to encourage you to learn to breathe like a God, because breath is spirit and you are spirit having a human experience. Therefore, you must learn to practice diaphragmatic breathing. You see, the lower part of your stomach is where the life force is. Okay. And there's where energy is stored. So basically, you have a higher mind, and you also have a middle mind and a lower mind. So there are three spheres of you, just as you are physical, you're psychological, and you're spiritual. So too, when it comes to the mind, as I mentioned earlier, there's the higher mind, okay, there is the middle mind, and there's the lower mind. So you have basically your brain, which is a transmitter and a receiver of frequency. And everything is based on energy, vibration, and frequency. Then you have your heart, which is the seat of your consciousness. It is the place of emotion. And emotion is energy in motion. And then you have the lower mind. Okay, that plays very close to your sexual organs, the lower part of your abdomen. And so you have to breathe from that lower part of your abdomen to generate the energy that is stored down there. And you can raise that energy upwardly and send it out on a certain level of vibration and frequency. Now, when you understand the book of mind science, which is actually the Bible, it tells you that my words would not return unto me void, but it must accomplish that which I send it to and prosper in the thing whereto I send it. But if you do not understand mind science, and you do not understand your oneness with the universe, if you do not understand that the Bible have to do with your biology, your physiology, your psychology, and every part of you, you'll never know the inner working of alchemy and how it is a science that you're using and can use to create your reality consciously. That is why you have to be very mindful of your breathing and learn to breathe like a God. You see, when you discover your God self, your higher self, there's a lot of things that you have to change, okay, in life. And breathing is one of them. Because you see, breathing is not just air, that's the life force, okay? And as I mentioned earlier, your spirit. So you have to start to live in a more spiritual consciousness, a more spiritual awareness. That is why you have to be more conscious about your thinking and your breathing. So my encouragement to you is to practice daily diaphragmatic breathing. Whether is it Wim Hof breathing, just deep breathing, whether you're doing yoga, any stretching movement, any form of exercise, okay, as long as you practice to breathe more mindfully and you learn to cultivate your energy, you would realize how easy it is for you to create your reality consciously, because you'll be living from inside out, not from outside in. And that is why I'm encouraging you to breathe like a God, because whether you believe it or not, you are God in flesh, and you have to accept your God self, your higher self, that part of you that is more creative, that part of you that is more innovative, that part of you that you can do all things. You see, that is why you're told that you must seek first this kingdom. And this kingdom is the kingdom of possibilities, is the kingdom whereby all things are possible to you. And what makes that so true is because you discover that thoughts become things. and we do become what we think about. So a part of shaping your mind and also rearranging your mind, it have to do also with how you spend your time and what kind of environment you find yourself in. Whether you find a place of solitude that you can think and exercise your mind and practice mindful breathing, if you're gonna just live your life as usual, being conformed. Okay? So, my brother, my sisters, my encouragement to you is to be transformed. Okay? And you can only be transformed by the renewing of your mind. In other words, by changing your thinking, changing your habits, and be more mindful of who you are. So when you discover that your real identity is actually your divinity, you will no longer be looking outwardly. Instead, you will be looking inwardly. And as I said earlier, you'll be living from inside out. Okay? And you'll be converting things from spirit or from energy to reality in this physical three-dimensional world. Okay? So you will be basically living from the end. Because when you live from the end, you realize that the end is the beginning. And your real essence, as I said, is spirit. Everything comes from spirit and is being transmuted. Okay? So you being spirit, you are a mass of energy. But that energy can be transmuted into the equivalent of whatsoever you desire in this world. So your destiny is in your hand. And it is as simple as you learning to breathe properly. Breathing the right way is very important. That's why I said, if you definitely believe in your God self, then you have to do things like a God. Okay, you gotta eat like a God, you gotta sleep like a God, you gotta sex like a God, you gotta breathe like a God, you have to do everything like a God. Okay? And that will help you more to live in your creative and innovative self. And you will realize that you're not limited, but instead you are limitless because you're tapping into that limitless field. Okay, that field of possibilities. Okay, so my brother, my sisters, you know, this is my encouragement to you in 2025. Okay, to be more mindful. Okay, of how you live your everyday life because your life consists of inhalation and exhalation, and you have to be very, very mindful of it because it is said in the Bible that God breathed the breath of life into man and man became a living soul. Your soul, and you're having, as I said earlier, this human experience. Don't live like a human, live like a God, because that's your true identity. So with that being said, my brother, my sister, I really want to thank you very much for listening to me. I want to say to you, if this is the very first time that you're listening to me and what I'm saying, if it really makes sense to you, if it really resonates with you, and you haven't subscribed already, I definitely want to encourage you to subscribe, to like, to comment, to share this video. Also, if you like to follow me on Instagram, you like to follow me on TikTok, you can definitely follow me at BlackMadGuru. And if you haven't read my books as yet, I'll definitely encourage you to check them out. The links are down below and they are all available on Amazon. Also, if you like to do a one-on-one with me, that would be great. And you can reach out to me directly by way of email and we can arrange that. If you would like, you can do a one-on-one with me on an app called Fatia, but the choice is yours. Also, if you'd like to become a part of my Patreon community, you're most welcome. And I have a course here for people donating $20 or more. It's called The Inner Sun Science and Technology to Create Your Reality Consciously. And along with that is a bonus course on self-concept. So my last encouragement to you is to just make sure that you check out all of the links that are down below and let your intuition lead you and guide you into what to do. So my last encouragement to you again is to learn to breathe like a God. That's who you are. So with that being said, I just want to say peace, love you all, I'm out.